I've played through everything available on the island with not one, but 2 characters. And I did it all without spending any VC. This game doesn't tell you anything about how the island works. It just plops you on the island in front of Paul Heyman and tells you, go do some suplexes and figure it out. And because I've played it so much, I have a pretty good understanding of how it works. So I wanted to share the knowledge. We'll go through this guide that I made, walking through each section one by one. So first of all, there's 2 ways to actually play the mode. The first is through the offline story mode, which is Roman's Challenge. There are 5 unique quest lines associated with this. The one that you work through Roman is the main storyline. And then each of the 4 zones on the island have their own separate quest line with quests specific to the theme of that zone. All of the story matches are offline matches. It took me about 3.5 hours to get through the entire story, at least everything that's available to us so far. And I would highly recommend that you start by completing the entire story first. I'll talk more about why later. Beyond the offline story, then, each zone has an area where you can search for an opponent for an online match, and the match type for each zone is different. Lucha Underground is ladder, for example, versus the Dead Man Zone is a Hell in a Cell. All of the online matches are 1v1 as well, no multi-man or tag team matches, at least as of now. So that's a little disappointing, or a lot disappointing, I should say. I hope that changes. Once you complete the story matches, there is no opportunity to go back and play any other offline matches. We have to wait until 2K releases the next chapter of this Roman story, which I don't think they've given us a date for yet. There is a placeholder in the menu for live events that is not yet available, where I assume there will be most likely online rotating matches within a specific time frame that have their own rewards, but more information to come on that. I'll make sure to post a video when we hear more about live events on the island. But let's talk about the other progression systems, the ways that you can make your guy better so that when you go into these online matches, you're at least as competitive as you can get. The first and most important aspect of your progression is your actual overall. You upgrade your overall through VC and VC only. There is no other way to do it. My suggestion in terms of attributes is prioritize your strikes and defense first, because you're going to use those both in offline and online, especially in online if you're a lower overall. Also, here is how much each build type costs to get to max overall from the starting overall. It's weird this year, based on your build type, you start at a different overall, all the way from 69 to 76. You earn VC through the following actions, which I'll show on the screen. Playing matches, and you get a bonus for winning. Completing match actions within a match, which is 20 VC bonus per match action. Completing storyline quests, completing the daily and weekly quests, and then some of the levels that you get to in each of those progressions, you get VC as a reward for that. I haven't noticed a difference between offline and online matches in terms of VC rewards. You earn about 75 to 200 VC per match. That bumps up to about 150 to 200 if you win the match, and then varies within that based on what match actions you actually complete. So if you do the math, it's going to take about 900 matches that you win and do the match actions for to get to your max overall. Yikes. VC is shared across all of your characters, and you can repeat the story on as many characters as you want. That is the quickest way to get VC in this game by far. Now, I mentioned you can earn VC by progressing your XP level. There are 50 XP levels. You earn XP in basically all of the same ways that you earn VC, except for Hall of Fame level progression, rank progression, and then you don't earn XP when you rank up to another level of XP, obviously. And you cannot buy XP. It's only earned through actually playing the game. XP levels award you one or more of the following at each level: cosmetics, banners, VC, payback points, and badge slots. The most important thing by far in this progression is the badge slots, which open up the ability to assign multiple badges at once to your superstar. You make about 1100 to 1300 XP per match if you win and hit most of the match actions. Honestly, I wouldn't focus too much on prioritizing the XP-based match actions, because when you win, you get about 1,000 XP per match for winning. And the extra time it takes to do like an apron diving attack and set up your guy for that is just not worth the time it would take and frustration for that, versus just playing and winning another online match where you get 1,000 versus 20 XP for a diving attack. So just keep playing matches and you'll get to XP is my suggestion. For context, I got to XP level 15 after completing the entire story mode. XP is not shared between characters. That is specific to your one superstar, unlike VC, which is shared across your entire account. Now, I said you can earn VC through your XP levels, but man, the VC rewards for XP are just laughable. I literally laughed when I saw these. At level 45 of 50, you get a whopping 200 VC, which is enough to put one single attribute into a category. And that is only if the category is below a 70 overall. If it's above 70, you can't even afford putting one attribute in there because that costs 213 VC. Another video. We're going to save it for another video. And to make matters worse, it doesn't even tell you how much XP you need to get to the next level. You just have to guess based on where the bar is and how much it moved since the last time. There's two other forms of progression which I'll touch on quickly. The first is Hall of Fame points. These are like cumulative stats that are kept track across all of your matches. The highest tier of these have insane goals like win 25,000 ladder matches. What? Yeah, let me get right on that, 2K. I just had my calendar free up for about the next 5 years. So yeah, I should have some free time to get to 25,000 ladder matches. And for that monumental achievement, you get 5,000 Hall of Fame points, which gets you 250 VC. That is literally like a 5-cent value. I played 25,000 ladder matches, and I get the equivalent of 5 cents of VC. 5 cents! Oh, and you get this cool banner with rocks on it, so yay, rocks. And then at the max Hall of Fame level, for completing all of these Hall of Fame categories, 25,000 ladder matches, 50,000 finishers, 45,000 heavy attacks. I know what you're thinking. Do you get immortalized in the island forever, a golden statue of your superstar next to Roman up there right at the end of that pathway? Well, not exactly, but you do get this hat. So did anybody at 2K review this before sending this out into the world? Oh my God, I really just wanted this to be an informative video. I hope it is, but man, it is tough to hide the frustrations of seeing some of this stuff. And then lastly, we have your rank, which is tied directly to your performance in online matches. Unfortunately, there's no way to see the full reward set here across all of the ranks, at least that I'm aware of. But something's telling me it's probably not worth it. You get positive rank points by winning a match online in any of these 4 zones. The important thing here is that you must win. If you lose, I lost 800 rank points every time I lost, and then I think I gained 1,500 when I win. But this rank is the closest thing we have to judging a player's online skill level, I suppose. I will say as a 76 overall playing against guys who paid their way to 100 overall, it's incredibly frustrating playing online. I have won some matches against 100 overalls if you're decent at the game, but one punch from them takes like half of my bar down at a 76 overall. So those are the basic progression systems in this game. Now, outside of progression, let's talk about some other aspects of your superstar to make them a little bit better. First, let's talk badges. Outside of your overall, these are the most important, in my opinion, more important than some of your attributes in some cases. So this wall of badges is all locked when you first create your character. You unlock a badge by spending a badge point on it, and you earn badge points by upgrading your overall. At least that's what the game tells you, but I earned badge points as I played through the story mode quests and as I progressed in my XP levels. Even though the rewards for quests or XP don't list badge points anywhere. So again, my suggestion is to play through the story mode first. It's by far the quickest way to progress your character and get a jump start before you hop online. Now, you have 4 badge slots, and when you start, you only have 1 unlocked. You unlock additional badge slots through your XP level progression at levels 13, 24, and 48. Once you unlock a badge, you can then level that badge up, which increases the strength and impact of that badge on your match. You level it up by performing the actions shown here. Every badge is different. I still need to tinker around with the badges to see which ones I would recommend you assign and prioritize, especially with limited badge slots. So if you care enough and want to see that, just subscribe, shoot me a comment down below, and I'll start messing around with that a little bit more so that I can make a video on that and give you a little bit more of a head start. And then last, but certainly not least, I think we can all agree, Hall of Fame points are definitely the least. You have your payback points. Paybacks have been around for a little while. There's nothing really different about the functionality of these. Similar to badge points, you unlock these through payback points. You can assign 2 paybacks at any given time, and you get both of those slots open from the start. I don't think there's any way to increase the amount of paybacks that you have assigned to your superstar. So that's about everything there is to the island. Again, there's not a lot. The progression is really bad. My advice to you, as I've said, play the story mode first. It was decently fun, it was very short, and way more rewarding than anything I've done since I completed the story mode. You get the best rewards from those quests by a long shot. You even get cosmetics that are fun and unique that you can bring in your online matches and bring a little bit more fun to those. After that, honestly, I just don't see anything that's gripping me enough to want to come back to this game mode often. But I've gotten familiar with it, and hopefully now you know how everything works so that you can keep moving in the game mode just in case it hooks you like it didn't hook me. If you want more videos on this, let me know. I have a lot more information in my head about this game mode, more opinions and more tips on how you can progress quickly. Unfortunately, I now know a lot about this mode, and I feel like I need to share this information with someone to trauma bond with.